No, he held nothing back, that John of Santo Cristo was what everyone would verify when from the path he strayed. He left behind him all the boredom of the farmland just to feel the seething hatred in his blood that Jesus made. As a kid he only dreamt of being a thief, and even more so when a soldier shot his father in the head. He was the terror of the prairie where he lived, and when he went to school the teachers were the ones that learned instead. He went to church but just to steal the alms collected from all the lovely, lovely little ladies in their lace. Honest to God, he knew that he was something special, that God-forsaken wilderness was simply not his place. He wanted out so he could go and see the ocean and all the other stuff that he'd seen on TV. He saved up money so he finally could get going, and of his own volition said, hey, it's just me. He screwed with all the little girls of the city, playing doctor. He was expert by the time that he hit 12. Got sent to juvie by the time he hit 15, where his hatred only grew the further into hell he delved. He didn't understand the way the world worked, discrimination based on being black or white or rich or poor. He got fed up trying to come up with the answers, and so he bought a one-way ticket straight to Salvador. Rolling into town he went to grab a coffee, and he ran across a cattle driver who would say he'd bought a ticket already and was gonna have to skip the whole damn trip, but John saved him in a way. He was saying I was heading for Brasilia, there is no finer place than countrywide, but I really need to stay to see my daughter. How about I hang back and you can take my ride? And John accepted the proposal, and on a bus he rolled to Planalto Central. He was crazy about the city, and departing from the terminal he saw the Christmas lights and decked out halls. My God, what a gorgeous city. I'll start working once a New Year's in full swing, harvesting wood as a carpenter's apprentice, made 100 grand per month in Taguatinga. He'd hit the red light district every single Friday, spending all the hard-earned money of a harder working lad. And he bumped shoulders with a lot of shifty rollers, including a lost bastard grandson of his great-granddad, a Peruvian who was living in Bolivia and brought back tons of shady shit from there. His name was Pablo, and he would declare he'd hatch a new plan to start to sell his ware. And Santo Cristo worked himself into the ground, but all the money somehow wasn't quite enough to even eat. Back home at 7 he would hear the same old newscast always saying that the government would keep him on his feet. But he was over all the empty talk, and he decided just like Pablo he would make do on his own. He then discussed the sacred details one more time, and remaining quiet and crucified the music is sown. Right away all the crazies of the city heard the little piece of news that there's some good dough. And John of Santo Cristo soon was loaded, and he started down the dealer's slippery slope. He made friends and visited the Asa Norte and hit up all the rock parties too unreal. But of a sudden, under the influence of one of his comrades in the city, he began to steal. The very first hold up, he screwed it up, and for the first time headed straight to hell on the fast track. Brutal violence and raping of his body, you're gonna see, I'm gonna get you back. And now Santo Cristo was a gangster in the city, feared and fearless in the Distrito Federal. He had no fear at all of any boss man, policeman, drug dealer, captain, playboy, or highbrow. 'Twas then our hero chanced to meet a girl, and for all his sins committed he right there repented. Maria Lucy was a stunning little thing, and Santo Cristo promised his whole heart to her in marriage. He told Maria that he wanted to get married, and re-began the work in what he used to. Maria Lucy, I'll love you for forever, and I even wanna have a kid with you. The time went by, one day a guy came to the door, an older man, a 1%er with some cash in hand. And he made a less than noble proposition, and from Jawa didn't answer his demand. I don't drop pipe bombs in sidewalk magazines, says nor in elementary schools, I won't do that, no. And I won't protect no goddamn discharge general who sits behind his big old desk and shitless bro. And it'd be better if you got the hell away and never messed with any Pisces, Scorpio ascendant. But before he left, the old man with a look of hatred back said, you're a dead man, you just killed yourself, my friend. You're a dead man, you just killed yourself, my friend. You're a dead man, you just killed yourself, my friend. There's 10 words I'll never get out of my head. I'm gonna suffer consequences in the end. It's not that Santo Cristo had it alright, his future wasn't alright, and he didn't work for days. He got hammered in a deal on a bender. He found out that there was someone different working in his place. He spoke with Pablo that he wanted an accomplice and had money and was wanting either way to arm himself. Pablo would smuggle contraband out of Bolivia, and Santo Cristo and Plano China'd help resell. But then it happened that a guy named Jeremiah, another smuggler with a reputation, came on scene. It wasn't long till Santo Cristo's plans he knew, and he decided that this John needed to be blasted clean. But Pablo carried a Winchester 22, and Santo Cristo had already learned to shoot. But he decided that he'd use it only after Jeremiah was the first to make a move. Jeremiah shameless spotted that he was a ranger and made sure that everyone knew how to play. He assaulted the innocent young girls and claimed to be a true believer, but he hadn't learned to pray. And Santo Cristo hadn't come home in a lifetime, and the longing started getting to his head. I'm out of here, I'ma see Maria Lucy. I think it's high time that the two of us will wed. Then getting home he moaned, and for the second time he got a taste of hell raised from the devil's cup. To Maria Lucy, Jeremiah had gotten married, and he already had knocked her up. Oh, Santo Cristo was only pure hatred inside, so he challenged Jeremiah to a duel. 2 o'clock p.m. tomorrow in Ceilândia, right in front of Lot 14, that's our lobby, fool. And take your pick, any weapon that you want, cause either way I'll blow your brains out, you bastard double-crosser. I'll also be killing that dumb bitch Maria Lucy, who I loved right up till I lost her. And Santo Cristo had no clue how to react when he saw the cable TV network cruise, and the reporters live reporting on the duel, giving the time, the place, the reason on the news. And 2 o'clock that Saturday arrived without delay. The gaping masses came to take the whole thing in. A man in Santo Cristo, for he turned, aiming only at his back and then starting to grin. And feeling the blood well in his throat, John K. Swords, the little flags awaiting, and the crowd enthralled. He looked out at the vendors and the cameras and the people from TV there to film it all. And he remembered back to being a little kid and knew all the shit he'd lived through in his years. And he definitively pulled himself together. Since this mask became a circus, well, I'm here. His eyes were with the blinding sunlight, and he recognized Maria Lucy coming too. She had brought the very gun his cousin Pablo had given him, the Winchester 22. Jeremiah, I'm a man, it's something you will never be. I don't take aim at no one's back, oh no. Look over there, you worthless smug son of a bitch. Look at my blood spilled on the ground and let your own guilt start to flow. And Santo Cristo with the Winchester 22, he pumped 5 bullets in that traitor Paragon. Maria Lucy begged forgiveness only after, and died together with her new protector John. And the people would declare that this here John of Santo Cristo was a saint because he died with glory. And the city's upper class and bourgeoisie did not believe in all the stories that they saw on the TV. And our Johnny never ended up with anything he came for in Brasilia, running from the devil. All that he wanted was to vent directly with the president to help all the people that he made. So